From the UK.
He probably has, right?
He started off a couple of weeks ago and then he's reached Jaipur.
Like in the old style, came on ship, it's landed after a few weeks, fair enough.
Like
but everyone is so excited that the Rajasthan Royals are back. It's been more than 4.5 years that they've actually returned home to Jaipur, and it wasn't the easiest start, was it, to the Vivo IPL? So when you go back to, it's like your comfort zone. You go back to a venue that you've had tremendous success. Do things change instantly, Anil?
Yeah, the environment, that's something that, Gambhir will be looking at, but at the same time, Rajasthan will have to lift their game.
And Binga, what a better way than to lift your game at this venue, because you've got such happy memories over here. They've absolutely dominated at the Fortress. That is the highest wins percentage for any Vivo IPL team at a particular venue that you call home. I mean, just the reception we saw for Chennai, the Chepauk yesterday, you can imagine what it's going to be like for Rajasthan today.
I think bigger. I'm pumped over the moon, and they're looking forward to get back to this very, very venue tonight.
They're looking forward to get everything back on track as well. And so are we on Ken Cricket Live. Here is what's on the show.
Something that Rajasthan Royals will certainly have to look into.
Now, I asked you to click your heels for Ajinkya Rahane. He'll be happy going home at the Savai Mansingh Stadium. He scored almost 900 runs, but in that game against Hyderabad, the captaincy tell on him. You don't see him dropping catches. You don't see moments like that from Ajinkya Rahane.
No, and that's what happens when you're...
just one game to fix that. But it's important that Rajasthan get it right in this game.
I just wonder if Warney there is the opposition camp trying to... That was Glenn Mansell, if I'm not, just trying to say a few things here. But I did tell you, Ajinkya Rahane has done so...
Blew him away, and he sort of like... looked at one stage, got them going B, where he thought, well, we can't bowl anywhere to this guy. So it's tough as a captain.
Extraordinary innings sometimes. Those moments just happen. Gautam Gambhir himself looks like he's absolutely fit and fine. But is a punter going to take a punt on him this season? Let's find out.
Sure, he'll get that freedom.
You can't cage the beast. You got to know exactly when to unleash him. Well, obviously all of us are excited to keep our eyes on Glenn Maxwell, the Big Show.
In the Big Show, they have a man who can single-handedly destroy any opposition.
Today, the Big Show is our Vimal Damdar player to watch out for, as Anil mentioned. Come off some good...
With the way that Maxwell is, and I mean, look at that strike rate, 173.
It's something else. It's unbelievable. I mean, is Glenn Maxwell, really the kind of player who needs to be told, this is exactly where we want to bat for you? Now, I'll tell you what, if he goes all bonkers today, that's something Rajasthan Royals will have to think about, because against Daredevils...
...on the field and not carry that pressure of a must-win game.
It's easier said than done, Arnold. When I hear words like that from you, I'm like, absolutely, that's the way to carry it forward. Some very wise words, especially when the situation gets incredibly tough, as it's going to get for our experts right now. We're putting them on the spot in our Make My Trip predictions.
My prediction for tonight's game...
Game changer, he would certainly walk into the team.
And a lot of it also just depends on the conditions, don't they? Because as we said, this really is the fortress for Rajasthan. So what would you want to do based on the conditions? Michael Slater out there with our Geo4G pitch report. Thank you so much. I'm missing the pink safa. We'll get it back on you. Let's have a look at the Pali Platina probably playing 11 for Rajasthan Royals.
Self-consciousness, creeping in, looking over his shoulder. But Warney needs to get these guys switched on the night.
If there's one person who can do that, it is Warney. He can get you to click those heels a lot faster, I can assure you. But yes, the fans are thronging to the Savai Mansingh Stadium.
And they'll want a bit more from their top order. They were great in the power play, but they let it waste after being 1 for 48, didn't they?
Now, so much of it depends on what happens traditionally chasing. What are the captains going to decide? Let's cross over now to Jaipur for the toss.
He's a wicket taker, he's a constant threat, so a big surprise that.
Well, Delhi Daredevils will also have to forget the fact that they conceded 76 runs in the power play against Kings 11. They're obviously hoping things are different this time around, and if you were wondering where Binga was, he's not too far. Actually, he's found a new team to hang out with, because Alan Wilkins and the boys are joining us in the studio.
Going into those death overs, they're going to strike it over 200, aren't they, Butler and Stokes?
And that's something the Daredevils will be wary of. How much daredevilry is going on in this unit? How well do they actually know each other? Let's find out from the Daredevils team. I'm pretty sure replying to text messages depends on who's sending those messages, boys. Our Asian Paints most dependable bowler today is going to be Trent Bolt. Is Lightning going to strike tries, combining there with Shami Anil. What could be better on rivalry week than to have two country mates going head to head, trying to keep their campaigns alive in the Vivo IPL? And guess what? I'm a Delhi girl back at home, and this is my home, the Kent Cricket Live Studios, and I can say hello to Graham Smith. Welcome to the badness, as we like to say.
Yeah, it's lovely to be here.
The perfect birthday gift, but I tell you, Rohit Sharma wasn't the only one disappointed yesterday. The professor was very disappointed. Yesterday was Maharashtra Day. We sent him out to celebrate, and he wasn't impressed that he could not impress with his batting skills. Take a look. Make sure you do that. We announce the winner every single day on our shows. Now, we were discussing Warney out there, who we saw that has a legacy to protect when it comes to Rajasthan Royals. Right now, where they need to pick up the momentum, what needs to click? Let's take a look.